football have all the big rooms down here? Well, first of all, we get off to an unbelievable start. Their defense is difficult. It was very difficult for us to play against in Syracuse. I thought we moved the ball as well as we moved it all year, the first whatever it was. And we got to 26, and we just, I think we made our 5 turnovers in that 4 minutes there. And when you do that, you know, you're giving them an opportunity to come back, and they made some threes. They shot the ball extremely well from the three-point line. I think it's their best shooting game from the three-point line this year. If it isn't, it's pretty close. Then we had that dead spot. They got back in the game. That was a battle. In the last few minutes of games this year, we made plays on both ends of the court. We couldn't stop them for a while. When we had to stop them, we did stop them. And, you know, Tyler made a big play, and then CJ made a corner jumper, and then Bai got Trevor open, and he knocked down that 3 and then gave us some room. But this team has made plays at the end of games from the beginning. I don't care what our record is. We've had 7 games just like this one that could have easily gone the other way. And all 7 games, somebody's made a play. That's a great attribute to have, but it also reminds you that you're perilously close to having 3 or 4 losses. When you play 7 of these games, it's unlikely that you're going to win all 7 games when you're down at the end of the game. Here, Boston College, early in the year, St. Francis, Miami and Syracuse, Pitt and Syracuse. You know, we've been down in all those games, and a couple that I'm forgetting, and we've made really good plays, and that's, you know, these guys have done that consistently, and my goal is that we get a little bit better, like we started the game, play a little bit better, and not be in that situation. But when you play in this league, these teams are all good. You know, they're going to be tough games. Everybody in this league has some players. You know, Reed is. He was on the scouting report, but I haven't seen him surface much, and he had an unbelievable game. But you know, that happens. And our players have adjusted to it and made plays when we've had to. Questions?
Jim, how critical was Trevor's 3 down there down the stretch?
Well, that was a big play. I think Bai got him the shot, which shocked me. He never does anything like that, but he did. I think he got him the shot, and Trevor made a more positive move, like he wanted that shot. I thought there was a couple times he could have done the same thing, and he didn't, but he came up and he was looking for that shot, and yeah, that was a big play.
And Jim, who's the last freshman you've had that played with as much poise as that in some big moments?
Well, I don't know if anybody's played with the same degree of poise. We've had some tremendous freshman point guards. Pearl was obviously right. He played with a lot of poise. He was a great player. But Sherman didn't play as a freshman. Michael didn't play as a freshman. But their sophomore years really were freshmen. They were like freshmen because they didn't play their first year. They played well. They had great years. Michael had a great year last year. Tyler's been really good down the stretch. He's got an easy way about him, how he gets there and makes plays. I'm a little surprised, like he missed one. I was a little surprised when he missed one. You know, he doesn't. In the games, we try to spread it out a little bit, let him try to get in there, and he makes good decisions and gets shots up over shot blockers. And if he does miss it, we should get it back because we got 3 big guys there against 1 or 2 because their other big guys are going to him. So he makes great decisions. He's made them all year long, and you know, Trevor and him have been very good. Trevor doesn't make many mistakes because he just catches and shoots it, so it's hard to make a mistake, but that's all you do.
Hey Jim, I want to get your reaction just to all the Syracuse fans here. You guys haven't been here in a decade, and it was pretty loud for you guys.
Whenever we play in Florida, there's everybody that has been a fan of ours for many years. They're all down here, so we get more requests here for tickets than any place, and I knew if Ronnie came, I knew we couldn't lose because he never let me forget it if we lost down here. So it was good seeing him sitting over there behind the bench. And, but we have great turnouts down here. When we played at Tampa and here, I mean, our fans, I'm sure there were half the people there were Syracuse people. It's just the way it is. They're all down here. They want to come see us play.
How do you think Boeheim and Rakeem played today?
I thought Boeheim really got active on the boards. Rakeem made a couple good plays, but the second half he just was non-existent. Boeheim had 4 offensive rebounds in whatever it was, probably 19 minutes, and Rock had 21 minutes and no offensive rebounds. He's got to be active. He's got to get to the board there. I thought Boeheim gave us a big lift in this game. Big lift.
Jim, I keep talking after every game about how Syracuse makes the plays down the stretch. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that your team
Well,
is
we have
so
good players. Can't be coaching. It's got to be players.
Todd, your best
We have
second-
guys that can make plays. CJ can make plays. Tyler can.
Todd, your second best start, I guess, 19-0, you can go now for 20-0 to match your best start. Does that ever come up, or how do you look at that?
We really don't. We don't talk about where we are, or what our ranking, or how many wins. We just talk about that next team we got to play. I know Wake Forest has not lost at home this year, and they beat Duke there. They're very hard to beat at home, and that's what we'll focus on. That's all we'll be thinking about this week. And this team's very good at that. I'm disappointed in our bench. We've got to get something out of somebody besides Boeheim. And these games are so slow-paced because that's the way people are playing against us that we don't really have to substitute because we're not going up and down. If somebody started going up and down with us, which I'm sure somebody will, then I think we'll have to get some guys in there. But we need to get better, have better practices and have better, be better prepared to go out there and have an impact on the game, and that's important for us as a basketball team as we move forward.
Jim, what's your impression of the Miami team? I mean, no one expected much down
Well,
there
I think
this year.
when they made the decision to play zone, I just think they're a very difficult team to play against. They're big, they've got a lot of athletes. I think that they're probably better against their zone. I watched them against Duke. They have pressure because they have so many big guys. They don't really have a point guard. I think you're better to pressure them. We can't do that. It's kind of like, if you go to a restaurant, you get a great meal, and you go home and you say to your wife, well, I want that same meal here. Well, she can't cook. Well, we can't play man-to-man pressure. So if you could, I think you would have a better chance to beat Miami. We forced them into like 5 turnovers. That's a season little turnovers against them. But Duke was able to pressure them and get them into mistakes, and we can't do that because they really, when they take the freshman kid out, they really don't have a point guard out there. They really, but against us, you don't have to have one. I thought they handled our defense very well. Most people turn it over. We're leading the league in turnovers, or one of the close to it, and they didn't make turnovers today. They were very good with the ball. They have some shooters. I didn't know Reed. I knew he could shoot, but not like that, But things pop up sometimes, and guys just come out of nowhere sometimes and make shots, and he did that today and got him in the game. But their matchup is difficult to play against, and I think that everybody that plays them will have trouble with them. If they can score, they're going to have a chance to win. Their defenses, they're long, they're good.
When Miami went on that run to take the lead in the second, they were getting behind the zone, they're bigs, but then down the stretch they would take a lot more outside shots. How'd you just force them out of the lane after they
Well, they really hit threes to get in the run. They hit, Reed hit 2 and Brown hit 1. They only got 1, I think, inside. They were shooting. We moved our defense out. We tried to force the big guy to make a play down the stretch, and it's harder down the stretch for big guys to make a good decision. and they turned it over and they missed a jump shot in there. But we didn't want to give them threes the way they were shooting from the three-point line. We tried to take that away, and we made a couple good plays inside and got a couple of good rebounds in there.
Did you do anything extra special to emphasize rebounding after Pitt?
No, not really. We've rebounded well all year. We talked about rebounding. We knew that Duke out-rebounded. I thought we did a real good job on the boards. You know, when you play a zone, a matchup, any zone, you're going to be out of position. You're vulnerable to people, getting rebounds against you in those situations. That's one of the weaknesses of the zone. We try to cover it up. We try to counteract that, but sometimes we don't. We didn't against Pittsburgh, but. I thought we were aggressive. Jeremy he got his hand on a lot of balls and was aggressive going there. And CJ got some offensive rebounds, which he hasn't been. And then Bai got 2 big putbacks off Jeremy getting a piece of the ball and getting it to him, and he finished it. So rebounding was important for us tonight. But I thought Miami played well. I thought they shot really, really well. And but down the stretch we made the plays, and that's what we've been able to do so far. All right.
Syracuse locker room is open.